All right, guys, I just want to talk about how to stay hungry for more success when you've already reached success. And there's a few ways that you can do this because if you go into something focused on dollars and getting to a certain number, and then when you hit that number, you're going to hit this weird wall. I experienced this myself because in my first year in business, I just wanted to bring on $1 million in top line revenue. And once I was already on pace to hit that with my current accounts, I kind of slowed down. And the only reason that I slowed down is because I put the wrong goals in place and I made them too small. And the way to stay hungry when you've already reached success is to simply just focus on the work and have fun with the work. Of course, you want to raise and set new goals. That's always going to be a great thing for you. Something that you can do is just simply enjoy the work for the work's sake. Because once you hit that first goal, that financial freedom, you never have to return to work goal that you set for yourself, and maybe the next step forward, because that one was a few steps afterwards, you start to just kind of take a step back and go, you start to almost celebrate a little bit too early, and you lose a little bit of momentum when you do such a thing. And you make it to this spot that you wanted to be at, you're super happy about it, and then you start setting new and lofty goals and you go, I'm not where I wanted to be yet. And then you stop celebrating wins you did have. You stop being happy for the wins that you did have and you start to take it for granted a little bit. And that means that you don't work as hard. And the way to stay hungry is to just enjoy the work. If you what you're doing in the business that you start, you should be able to just keep on working. Now, when you set goals and you hit the goals and it's a number, you obviously can just raise the number. And then all of a sudden it raises the fun again. That's what I had to do for myself. I love the work. I love what I do every single day. I love the struggles. I don't really love the struggles, but I appreciate the struggles. And from there, all I had to do was just raise the number and then I'm back on it again. And then you start to hit these weird roadblocks and bottlenecks. And then it's all about figuring your path out around these roadnecks or these bottlenecks and roadblocks. And then once you do that, you're just right back on the same street that you were in the very beginning. And the difficult part, I think, is keeping the same energy that you had at zero that you do at 1 million, 2 million, 5 million. These are the numbers that I've hit so far. And it's keeping that same brand new energy where you really are in this mode of hustle because at zero, you go, holy shit, I got to get to my dollar. I got to make sure that I can eat something tomorrow. And then you cover that and you go, sweet, now I want to go do this and I want to hit this financial goal for this reason. And once you start to accomplish these financial goals in terms of dollars that your company has produced, you almost kind of lose some of the hustle a little bit, or at least I did. And you don't want to lose the hustle. You want to keep moving up in the numbers, but your time frame for when it has to come true is all of a sudden it's spread out that you tend not to do things that got you to that first 1, 2, 5. And that is what I don't like giving up and what I would assume that you wouldn't want to give up, which is that hustle mentality of, okay, well, I made it to 5. How quick can I make it to 10? Because you know that the 10 is going to come from the work that you put in and from the work that you'll continue to put in. But if you want it quicker, which is always better to have it fast, in my opinion, you just got to keep putting that hustle in. And it's hard to do that hustle, especially now for me, waking up in a much nicer house than I had at the beginning of this, having a much nicer office space here, having some carpet under my feet. It's a lot more difficult to work as hard when you don't feel the same urgency that you did. And you have to put that back in yourself. And the only way that I found out how to do it is to just set loftier and loftier goals. And the problem with it is that my mind is still not attached to these goals. It still doesn't see it as, oh, this is absolutely going to be possible because I didn't think where I hit in my first year was even possible. So I'm breaking barriers, but now it's everywhere that I go, I've never been. I'm going into uncharted territory every single time. And with that, it's a lot of this unknown. I don't know that I can do this. And that changes things around just a little bit. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope it was at least useful. The idea is to set loftier and loftier goals for yourself. Know that anything is possible. If it's been done by others, it can be done by you. And the way to stay hungry is just love what you do. You got to love the day to day. You got to love the activity of it all. Don't focus on the results. Just focus on the work and love the work, and you're going to hit whatever goals that you set for yourself. But that's how you stay hungry, guys.